Right then guys, some of you who followed the channel for a while know that I often go on holiday with three of my mates. In the past, the three of us have visited the famous power plant at Chernobyl and also the abandoned haunting town of Pripyat.
So ladies and gentlemen, the amusement park of Pripyat.
Reactor works on at the power plant, so everyone who worked in Reactor 1 lived in Sector 1.
Also on that trip we had a few great days in Kiev as well, having a look at the great sites there. And if you're looking for a monument commemorating the dead of the motherland, then there's nothing more striking than the Radina mat. We've also been on historical trips to Berlin, looking around old Stasi museums and GDR offices. For some, their final destination would be Hohenschönhausen prison in Berlin. Plus post-communist trips to Bratislava, driving around in old cars and generally having a great time. All of those trips I've documented on this channel, so if you haven't seen them yet, hit the subscribe button and also turn the bell notifications on, and then at the end of this video pop back to my channel and catch up on them. Where are you going? Come here. Sorry bro, but you're not coming with me this year. You don't come on holiday anyway, do you? He says no, I don't. Yeah. But the question that you guys have been asking us is, how do we choose where we're going as a group without there being the usual falling out, I want to go here, no, I want to go there, and all that sort of stuff. And George, this is how we do it, mate. Have you ever watched Dragon's Den, the show on BBC, where people pitch their business ideas to a group of wealthy business owners in the hope of getting their investment and money? Well, that's how we decide where we're actually going to go on holiday. And you're going to see my pitch to my mates in this video. Firstly, what you've got to think about is the group requirements. We're talking about the basics here and not getting bogged down in the nitty-gritty details just yet. For us, we're looking for destinations within 2 to 3 hours flight on an EasyJet or a Ryanair or a budget airline. We'd preferably like to fly from London Stansted, but we're quite happy to fly from London Luton, London Heathrow and even Southend or Gatwick. But Gatwick's the worst airport in the whole world. Going out for drinks and something to eat needs to be cheap. We don't want to be busting the bank every time we go out for a quick beer or a burger. Which brings us on to number 3. There needs to be bars and pubs, some of which need to be seedy bars for the early morning hours. And finally, and most importantly, there needs to be the dark history attraction for us to go and see and film, preferably World War II or Cold War, and we need to be allowed to film it as well. Yes, I know I spelled operator wrong, by the way. I was trying to write this out quickly on a camera and I'm used to just not even using a pen anymore. Once you've done that, you need to figure out who's going and what do they actually want, each one of them, out of a trip abroad. Step 1. Print some Polaroid looking photos, especially if they're stupid, of your mates. Now you have to effectively wrap a baby sheep in cling film, so laminating. This will help them look a little bit more like Polaroid pictures. Get a few close-ups of your laminator doing its wicked work. By the way, I love laminating things. I know, I'm a sad boy. Then use a guillotine, which incidentally is a really good song by an artist called Buddy, oh yes, to cut up your Polaroids into Polaroidy type shapes. Now all you need to do is cut some plates out of some parcel, stick them to the floor so they're in the same place while you're filming, and then stick your Polaroids on top. This will prevent you from having to add a drop shadow in post. The reason I do this when I'm planning a holiday is because it makes the YouTube video more interesting. Now we're ready, as part of our pitch preparation, to figure out what each individual is actually going to want from our trip. For instance, I know Nod loves a good pint of dark beer, and that's always easy to find when you're in Eastern Europe. I also know that he's a bit of a fan of dark history, loves his World War II and his communist stuff as well. Plus, he's a massive fan of seedy nightclubs. The filthy git. Dane, on the other hand, has slightly different needs. He does love a dark beer, but he also likes obnoxiously vaping in enclosed spaces. He also loves overcomplicated cocktails. He's a fan of dark history and doesn't mind the dark history tours. Oh yeah, and he also likes seedy nightclubs. Oh Dane, you filthy pig. Whereas myself, on the other hand... Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. I also love overcomplicated cocktails. I do also drink a lot of dark beer and I absolutely love it. Sometimes when I've drunk quite a lot of dark beer and overcomplicated cocktails, I like to have a little puff on Dane's vape. I also love going on history trips and I don't mind the odd dark history trip as well. Oh yeah, and I also do quite like seedy clubs. By the way guys, Big G is loving life, aren't you? With your stubby tail. For those of you who followed the channel for ages will also know that I shut George's tail in the door, and we covered that in a video in the summertime. But look at him now, isn't he in fine form?
Oh, you are such a gorgeous little tabby. Yes, please get this belly scrub. Get this rub on the tabby belly.
You off, mate? Once we know all that stuff, we then each individually go away and look for places on the map that we'd like to visit with interesting museums, nice bars, and just a nice oldie worldy atmosphere, chilled out for us to go and visit for a few days. And then comes the unusual bit. We will then draw up an argument to pitch to the other two in a special meeting about why we think we should go to this particular place, and then once we've done that, we'll vote on it. The one then that gets the highest amount of votes will be the place that we visit that year. So Dane always does nice little drawings and things like that with paints and stuff. Nod always does crayon pictures, and obviously because I love making films, I always make a presentation via a video to try and convince them to go to the place that I want to go to that year. So this is this year's presentation. Neither Nod or Dane have seen this yet, not fully edited, and this is going to be the first time they see it watching with you on YouTube right now. Anyway, I'm going to film it here now for us, so let's get on with it.
See that stub? Oh, look at that stub. He says yes. Oi! Oi! George, why'd you do that, man? You always lose your shit, don't you? It's because of the tail, isn't it? You still haven't forgiven me for it. Come on, let's just let me scrub you on the head. Yes. Oh yeah, that's better, isn't it? Ow! George, seriously, man, are you some sort of schizo?
I'll let him out.
Go on, off you go.
So then, the moment you've been waiting for, my holiday presentation for you two this year. Oh yeah, this is going to be a stitch up. So then, Dane, friends, so this is going to be my pitch this year for where I think we should go on holiday. This is the first time you guys are going to see this, and also the viewers at YouTube are going to be watching this with you at the same time. Now, it's a very difficult, complicated subject, so I thought I'd need some help, so please welcome a special guest who wants us to go to this place just as much as me. Please welcome someone you're going to recognise, Dane.
Afternoon.
Hello, Nod.
Hello, Dane.
And it's now, Dane, that you realise this is a total stitch-up.
A fait accompli.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, the two of us have vetoed you already, so you can put your crayons away, stop doing your presentation, because we decided where we're going to go.
But you've got to guess where.
Yeah. I got a list of stuff, what it ticks off. So number one, it ticks off that you can get there from Stansted on a Ryanair flight, and it's under 3 hours flight.
It's an excellent old town, a very good gene pool, and there was something else as well, wasn't there?
Ancient ruins.
Ancient ruins.
There are many bars and pubs as well, Dane, and some of them are very seedy.
We know you like that.
You'll be able to obnoxiously vape in them as well, Dane, like you did when we were in
Yeah.
Slovakia.
Plumes of smoke over everyone.
You'd bell end. Very cheap, particularly for dark beer.
Yeah,
So that-
Dunkel. Well, maybe not Dunkel.
And also there's bars as well that will sell over-complicated cocktails.
Most importantly, there's many historical sites. A lot of them, Second World War, Cold War, all of that kind of thing.
And I have them here on a list. A list that we've ranked. It's got some sort of dinner on it, or is that a bogey? Don't know.
I can't remember the rankings. The high number good or bad?
High numbered is good. So we're ranking it from 5 to 1. 5's very good. And 1 is like, nah, can you take it
So
or leave
why
it?
are we going somewhere that we rank as a 1?
Well, it's more like, oh, we've got half an hour to kill. None of them are like really
Can't we go for a
far
beer?
away. Well, we could do dark beer. Ignalina power plant, or is it Ignalia? I can't remember.
Ignalina Power Plant is located in the north of the country. It is possibly one of the latest RBMK reactors to be closed from operation and was used by the makers of the HBO show Chernobyl because it is the same or similar designed reactor to the one that exploded in the disaster in 1986. Oh,
It's 2 hours from the centre of the city that we're staying in, okay? Hopefully we can visit places like the actual reactor. It's an old RBMK reactor. For those of you who've watched Chernobyl will know that it is.
The same.
Exactly. And also they filmed some of Chernobyl, the HBO show, at this power plant, okay? So I've emailed them to see if we can get some sort of special dispensation to film, because currently they say you're not allowed to film there.
But we can go in the control room, go down to where the fuel rods poke out.
Exactly, you can do all that. I mean, the fuel rods won't be there, hopefully.
But Dane can go down first.
Yeah,
and try
thank
it
you.
out.
Yeah. After that, this is a rank to 3, and it's only 3 miles from the centre of the city. the famous TV tower. What happened at the TV tower, Nod?
They show TV programmes.
And also some tanks run over some people.
Oh yeah, during 1991 bid for independence.
Exactly, so you get a bit of an idea now. It's
And
starting to come
also,
together.
another clue, Dane, it's the first Soviet territory to declare independence from the Soviet Union.
Grutas Park, this is ranked as a number 2 because I don't think it's going to take very long.
They got rides in it.
They might do. You might be able to ride the moustache of Joseph Stalin. 1.5 hours from the centre of the city, so it's ranked as a 2. It's 1.5 hours out of the city. It might not happen, but it's an interesting place. Under communism, obviously they love to have statues of Lenin and Stalin and
Bruce Forsyth.
Jimmy Savile, Marx and Engels. And when communism fell apart and that all ended, they didn't know what to do with all these statues, so they put them all in one place in this
Didn't
wood.
put them on eBay.
They didn't put them on eBay. I am very tempted to see if I could steal one of them. Do you think we could get a big Stalin head and hand luggage?
What, instead of Dane?
Right, this is a number 5, and this is the set in the centre of the city. It's the Museum of Occupations.
The Museum of Occupations is situated in the centre of the city and is based in the same building that the KGB used when this particular part of Europe was under their control.
No doubt, guys, like the other places that we're visiting, this is going to be a sobering place to visit. Hopefully I can get permission to film here so we can tell the story of what happened in this building and in the country at large through the YouTube channel.
Does it also cover the German occupation of this country?
It does, or as far as I can make out, it covered some partisan stuff. It has come under a bit of criticism before for not talking about what happened during the Holocaust there, because this country lost 94% of the Jewish population, which is very, very high. Even in World War II, that is really, really high. Then there's a few sort of cemeteries and memorials that look quite good to visit. The Ponnery Memorial, which looked really good. I think that's where a lot of the Jewish dead are. They had big shooting pits there where they shot them all.
Okay.
And then the Anta Kalnis Cemetery, which has a link to the TV tower because some of the TV tower dead are there. But what looked really cool about the cemetery was that all the graves are in the woods. It just looked like a really nice place to film. That's why it made my list.
There's something else you haven't put on the list. There's the missile.
There's another page.
Oh, you made
PTO isn't a place to visit, is it?
You made it sound like we were wrapping up.
No.
Sorry.
Well, we've got the Palace of Concerts and Sports, which looks like a very interesting little place to visit. Very much reminded me of the old sort of lakeside chalet thing in Pripyat that we visited.
Oh yeah. The missile silos. So some Soviet nuclear missile base which you can visit. I think you can go down into the silos itself. They've still got some of the rockets, obviously not with warheads on.
No.
And all of that. So, but I think it's a
that's
bit.
Plockstein missile base, isn't it?
And again, that's about an hour and a half drive outside of this city, wherever that may be.
And that's probably a ranking number 5 at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
For us to go to. So, yeah. So we've got 3 places that we'd really like to see. So I think 3 full days, you know, and then anything else we can sort of bimble in on the half day at each end or whatever it may be. Right. So Dane, from all of those things, I'm sure you've probably now guessed exactly where we're going.
Margate.
It's not Margate, even though it's very close.
That was my first choice.
Well, I know, mate, but you know, Ryanair don't fly there. So no, this is going to be the city, the capital of Lithuania,
Vilnius.
723,000 people as of 2019. UNESCO World Heritage Site. Well, there you go, Dane. We'll contact you very soon, so that you know that that's it. That's where we're going. And that's how we do it.
Simple.
Yeah.
Democratic.
Yeah, exactly. You know, 2 out of 3 have voted. If you don't like it, Dane, you can't just keep having the vote again until you get the answer you want. Okay?
That way lies madness.
And we did know what we voted for.
What we voted for again?
Vilnius.
Oh yeah.
Right, cheers, mate. Right. Sing your hook. So there you go, Dane. A little bit of a stitch up there, mate. That's where we're going to go. We're going to go to Vilnius. I've already sent emails to all those places there that we had on the list. And so far, I've not received a reply from any of them. So I'm going to try and ring them up over the next few days to organise to film there. Hopefully get sort of specialist access. And if we need to pay any extra money for that, then I'll get that sorted out as well. Anyway, for you guys who are subscribers to this channel, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please click the subscribe button. I try to pop a video out every week to 10 days, and the next one I put out is going to be all about the tuk-tuk that I've bought, if the weather can get good enough for me to actually get the shots that I want of it outside, because I don't want to take it out in the wet. So yeah, I hope this video has given you a bit of an idea about how you can try and get over the problem of going on holiday with your mates, deciding on where you're going to go and doing all that sort of thing. One thing that I must say after that, was actually there's two things after that for group holidays, is everyone's got to muck in money-wise, pay up on the deadline, don't leave IOUs going on or anything like that. And also, while you're away, just have fun. Even if you get the ump about something, dig deep, swallow your pride, and enjoy the trip. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Hit the sub, hit the like, comment below, and I'll see you later. Much love, guys. Black coffee all the way.